Alright, so days 1 through 5 were just me doing all the regular stuff you do when starting out, like getting wood and some basic tools. After that, I gathered some resources and got to work on building a house that I know will blow your mind. Here it is. This amazing looking base took me a pretty long time to build and is nice and cozy. I know, don't flatter me too much now. For days 6 through 10, I ditched the previous base and did a little bit of building because it started getting old and developed gray hairs. So I went with a more simple alternative and recreated the entire Dream SMP block for block. It wasn't anything too hard or special, just another simple project that I decided to make. But there was one small problem that I ran into. I forgot to build the prison. Don't worry though, it only took me like 10 minutes to get all the resources I needed and another 10 minutes to actually build the entire thing with all the redstone included. Days 11 through 20 were just me going to the nether and killing some wither skeletons because I needed a total of 15 wither skulls for later on. And would you look at that, my luck was so good that the first 15 wither skeletons I killed had actually all dropped a skull each. I didn't even have a looting sword. After that, I went to the end. Blew up the crystals and killed the ender dragon without any issues. Then, with those 15 wither skulls I obtained earlier, I summoned all 5 withers at the same time. You might be thinking, I'll probably die here because I only have iron armor, and I'm going against 5 withers simultaneously. But I had one small trick up my sleeve. This is my sharpness 1000 dirt block that made short work of all of those withers. I mean, stupid withers, how are you gonna have 3 heads, fly, and die to a glowing piece of dirt? With the 5 nether stars obtained, I was ready for another project I had planned for later on. After killing both the ender dragon and all 5 of the withers, days 21 through 40 were just me dialing it back a bit and relaxing. I basically went through the end gateway and tried obtaining every single elytra in the end because I thought it would be pretty funny. This wasn't too much of a struggle, and only after a couple days I was finished with this little side project of mine. The only issue is that I was just doing the same thing over and over again, which is kind of boring, but it honestly wasn't even that hard, and by the end of my trip I had a little over 2 million elytras, no biggie. On days 41 through 60, I did some mining to build every type of beacon. This is what I needed those 5 nether stars for, 5 beacons. Surprisingly, in just a few days, I had mined all the regular ores in the overworld that I needed for the iron, gold, emerald, and diamond beacons. I had also mined all the ancient debris in the nether that I needed to build a netherite beacon. I was looking online, and somehow it took this guy like 6 real-life months to do it, and only 1 Minecraft day for me to do it. I guess I'm just a better gamer. Finally, with all the necessary ores required, I had turned them into blocks and officially built all the max level beacons. However, I ran into this problem where I kept on losing haste whenever I would go too far away from the beacons. So, I went with the easiest and most logical solution possible and crafted a command block to give me haste forever, which is honestly pretty easy to do. So, for days 61 through 80, I decided to fly to the world border of every single dimension because I thought it would be funny. I got to work, enchanted my elytra, and crafted some fireworks. With the necessary tools gathered, I started my journey to the overworld's border. After about like 5 minutes, I had made it to the world border, so nothing too special. From there, I headed back to spawn and went into the nether to reach its world border. This was a little harder because I had to maneuver through some annoying terrain. Because of that, it took me like 10 minutes to get to the world border of the nether. After reaching it, I headed back to spawn, went back to the overworld, and headed into the end once again. Then, I started flying to the world border, and within about 5 minutes, I had reached my destination. Alright, so for these last couple of days, I decided to go out with a bang and recreate the entire solar system. However, this wasn't enough, so I decided to build the entirety of the Milky Way galaxy. After doing this, I realized that I might as well build the entire observable universe at a 1-to-1 scale while I'm at it. Although the size of it is 93 billion light years in diameter, I didn't have too much trouble building it and finished it within a day or so, no biggie. I even coded it to automatically expand upon itself, just like in real life, which only took me like another 20 minutes.